All right, guys at home. This is a match that took place in Manteo, North Carolina, which is out on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And this is actually a show that we did annually. And it was just a show that was held in Manteo, and it was a fundraiser actually for the blind. And we did it 2 or 3 years, I know, and I think they're still doing the show. But I remember the guy who promoted it and his mother always really did a great job, and the people of the town and surrounding towns were very supportive because it was for such a good cause. And I remember that they had just a great crowd here this night, and they were just very vocal, and it was a lot of fun. The two guys that Jeff and I are wrestling are actually Pat Anderson and C.W. Anderson. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are wrestling fans are very familiar with C.W. Anderson, who had a little stint in ECW, and he's worked in Japan quite a bit, and he's a pretty independent mainstay as far as the Mid-Atlantic area. Pat Anderson there, his partner, is actually really old, and he was worried that when he got out there with us, his bones were going to break, and he was going to be very brittle. I don't know if you can tell that, but he was really old. CW is really not old, he just looks old. And right here, making a big entrance again. Actually, Jeff, you have a long kind of trench coat gimmick on, which is actually maybe one of my old coats. And for some odd reason, I think we didn't walk like we were supposed to walk. We're like walking actually in the people outside the.
Yeah, we're like DDPing it all out through the crowd.
Yeah, and you see how the crowd is just mobbing and swarming us, and not allowing us to get into the ring. Actually, it's just we're not allowing ourselves to get to the ring. Okay, actually, you found the place where you're supposed to go to the ring.
I remember still like this was the point where it was really exciting to wrestle in front of this amount of people. Like I remember feeling really excited and fired up to be in front of this kind of crowd.
Yeah, this was actually a really good crowd. If I'm not mistaken, at this show, they had around 1,200 people or so, and it was just an awesome crowd too. Because, like I said, I'm sure you'll be able to hear it. They were very, very vocal in their responses, and they were very excited.
Who were you talking to over there?
I don't know. I'm a mic hog. So I'm not sure of what I was saying there because we can't hear that right now. But there's nothing I love more than to get on the mic before each and every match. I was obsessed with that. So this was an interesting match too because this was the first time we'd ever worked either one of these cats. First time we'd stepped in the ring with them, and it was kind of questionable of what kind of match we were going to have with them because they did a little bit of a different style than what we did. Do you have any fond memories from this match, from this epic encounter?
Not right off the. I remember doing the shooting star and like hurting my ribs a little bit. I remember it being really, really good.
You look pretty cool there, man.
Yeah, I felt cool, man.
You do? I mean, you seriously, you look pretty young and cool.
I had woof, and I'm hurting this index finger right there, like one of your MFers.
Japanese arm drag. That's before CW ever went to Japan.
Slam.
From the left side, too, like a little backwards. Another big slam.
Slam to the mat.
Oh, yeah. This guy was old, too, really. He was worried he was going to get hurt, that his poor little bones were brittle. Look at this guy there. He's an old bumping machine. I remember he was a super nice guy, too.
Slingshot.
I got a feeling Matt and Jeff may be taking it to the air. I'll kind of go low air, and you go high air. That was definitely low air. Wow. That was absolutely absurd. And look at me. I'm just in the ring. Everything's fine. You're out here crippled. You need a wheelchair to just get to the back.
I do remember something like a collarbone or shoulder area, something like that hurting really bad right there whenever we collided.
You could tell, though, how much I love you as a brother, how I was worried about your well-being. It's like after I dove out and then you dove out, it's just actually just got in the ring and like started celebrating, asking for applause.
Well, when the crowds are rocking like this, man, you just got to do what you feel, man.
I remember having a real good time at Mania this weekend. It's funny. I guess I can do it now because I'm officially single. I remember we're out here, and we actually went for a whole weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the show was on a Saturday, and there was a girl out there that had a crush on me that I remember we went out there Friday night and we hung out with. And then that next night on Saturday, she was hanging out with me as well. And I remember we had a real romantic encounter out on the balcony of our hotel room. And I remember we were both out there naked with only a sheet on us, and there was a big storm going on. It was lightning and raining and thundering, and it was a very romantic moment. It happened in Mania, actually, the night after the show. Just for all you guys that are keeping track, just thought you'd like a little personal life story. Hey, Matt Hardy's not afraid to talk about his personal life.
Near where the Wright brothers flew the first plane, right?
Yeah, not very far at all.
Kitty Hawk?
Kitty Hawk.
That was a great story.
Thank you. I think it's where they erected the first plane, so I thought I would erect something while I was out in that area anyway. That was actually the dummy run. That was our name for it. Which Jeff loved to make people look like dummies. I'll throw you into the ropes and crisscross, and then you just keep running.
Yes, throughout anyone looks like a dummy who returns to the middle of the ring after being shot into the ropes. A big elbow. Follow up.
Those look nice and tight. That elbow was tight.
It was tight.
I'm keeping it pretty simple, man. Oh, but this, man. This has been my MO for a lot of years. I'm telling you, honest to God, I think the reason it kills a lot of people to drop a leg like that, just because it's just so rough on your lower spine, but just because my legs are jimmied and the way they bow out with my hips are just really genetically set, and just the way the structure of my pelvis is my hips are genetically wider, and they just cannot bend in like that. The way they kind of flatten out, I think it coats my spine and makes it a little easier on us, like a cushion.
Oh, well, that's because you're unique, Matt.
Not as unique as you. That was a cool leg drop, man, that front foot leg drop. I remember you used to do that a lot. You used to actually do that to me and bust my nose and break my orbital bone and stuff like that. It was real cool.
It was a move I was never able to control, and I never knew that I would perfect it or perform it safely.
What did he actually do to you just there? Was that a low blow?
I think it might have been a low blow.
Did he hit you in the testicles?
Yeah, somewhere in the area.
In the genitalia?
One thing we did always do very...
The gonads?
Yes, when we wore spandex. We never came out with our... With our... how can I say? Oh, look at that agility. And a kick to the gut. We never came out with our, wieners in an awkward position. Like to where a lot of people that wore spandex, this may be weird, but like you could actually see their wieners in an awkward position.
Really?
Yeah, and it was kind of crazy.
I never paid a lot of attention to the other people's wieners.
Well, it's hard not to notice when guys have kind of baggy tights on and they come out and their wieners are in an awkward position. Oh, and a big move. Notice my tights don't say wieners, it says woof.
Oh, that's the old trick, man, where they reel you in there and grab you by the tights and throw you into the ropes. I hate it when that happens. CW. Ooh, big miss.
What does CW stand for?
I think CW stands for Chris Wright, which is actually his real name, his birth name. Going Sabu on his ass, man.
Right on.
And give me a chance to pin him before you make the save. Instead, you come in and destroy my vertebra. I'm ready to flip out, man. See, I used to flip out.
Megahertz.
Yeah, for you guys who didn't know, 1, 2. That's when you make the save. Anyway, for you guys who didn't know, my finishing move actually was a springboard moonsault from the middle of the rope like that. And I called it the Megahertz. It was originally the Megahertz to go along with my high voltage character because it was based off electricity. But just as I became Surge, still was the Megahertz. That looked a little awkward.
Yeah, that looked like a where are we at moment.
Yeah.
Irate gouge.
And but that didn't stop you, Superman.
Oh, I noticed how my legs. I don't even think that the old man pulled it off properly, but correct. But I think the heat has been established.
Let's refer to.
Oh!
That was in honor of Farouk Ron Simmons, the head bunt.
That was a good head bunt.
Let's call Pat Anderson. Just maybe you won't. Oh, damn!
Oh!
Did you see that strategic positioning as far as dropping that elbow?
What grace and veteраnism.
Is veteраnism a real word?
I don't know.
I like it.
But the old man is getting it done.
Yes, he is. I think we should call Pat Anderson now the brittle old man for the rest of this match. Speaking to the mic too, man. Come on, you're getting too wrapped up in this match. I know it's good. Let's call Pat Anderson the brittle old man.
That was a really good-looking punch that CW just threw there.
Oh, and shot to the gut by the brittle old man.
So that would be the bomb, or like the bomb. How would you say B-O-M?
Yeah.
You really want to call him that?
Yeah, it'll be fun. Well, this is our DVD, right?
Right.
And we're up at 5:15 Eastern doing this. A big choke by the brittle old man. Just the brittle old man just is so much more of an attention getter than Pat Anderson.
Right. Ladies and now, the brittle old man and his partner.
We did big Irish whip.
Whoa! He can still get up.
That was the bombs, the brittle old man splash.
He can still get it up, can he?
For being a brittle old man.
Oh, and some sex drive there.
Speaking of getting it up, there's actually been a lot of sexual references in here for some odd reason.
That both arms behind the head's always such a sexual and bold sexual statement.
Because you were just talking about him getting it up, and then you were talking about wieners earlier, and I was talking about my romantic night in Manteo.
Yes, all twisted.
Big leg. That was actually a good leg drop for Big C-Dub.
C-Dub. Hear me now. What do you got to say now?
Oh. A scissave. I didn't think you were going to be able to kick out there. I had to come in, man.
Scissave to the rib cage. Got to do it. Got to get it done. Here comes the brittle old man.
Oh my God! No, he turned on his partner. Oh no, he didn't. He actually just used his partner to throw him on top of you in a version of the senton splash. That was a very odd move for like two older guys that are Andersons that claim to be like people who work over a body part or a real badass brawler type character. That was an odd move.
Shouldn't it have been done the other way around too, being the one that's brittle?
Yeah.
Like it's almost as if C.W. Anderson is looking forward to his solo career already.
Because he's trying to take out the brittle guy?
Yes.
I would think the brittle guy would take the smaller amount of bumps because he didn't have spine buster. He didn't have as many bumps on his bump card.
Right.
And these guys are really working you over. It's a good little session of heat here. You notice something that was pretty consistent in all our matches, just because it's a nice snap bump. Just because you were an excellent bumper and very good seller, it always seemed to be you being worked over and me coming in for the glorious hot tag always.
Yes. And I always and still do.
Whoa! Swanton.
And a miss. And taking pride and the potential to shine when you sell is very important, I think. And I think a big problem with guys today is that they worry too much about offensive moves and getting this, getting that in to make themselves look good to where they if they wanted to, they could in other areas.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. CW. He's on the proverbial queer streak. Closing out.
He's going.
Oh, damn. He looked a little brittle going over that top rope.
Watch this.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Just the way you landed on your feet and fell down was awesome. I remember too during that. So like you did that. Whenever you did that moonsault body block off the top rope, like the crowd got real quiet, and there's one little kid in the background. I don't know if you can pick this up. Maybe you can rewind it or whatever. He goes, woo, woo.
Yeah,
like
that
some
is
sort of
true.
noise like that, and
That's
the whole
true.
crowd's just like
That's
Silence.
really cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That's good you pointed that out.
C-Dub. Ooh.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Not good. Pat's working me over outside there.
Where is we, brother? Like I had snapped there. Oh, there's the old submission I used to hit.
Go to a little hold at this point in the match. Never hurt anybody.
For merely seconds.
Oh my God! Did you just get hit with the chair?
Yeah.
And then the Anderson spine buster?
Yeah, that could be it.
Wow. And the 3 count. But you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a little controversy at the end of this match.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, that's heat. Look at the crowd. They're disgusted. The good people of Manio are disgusted. They came to WrestleMantio, and they wanted to see Matt Jeff Hardy win. They didn't want to see Matt Jeff Hardy get cheated.
And by God, they will not see Matt Jeff Hardy get cheated.
I don't even remember what happened to her. We're just kind of playing along. So you're just telling the ref, dude, he used a chair.
I'm like, dude, he hit me with this chair. That's illegal. I'm asking the crowd, come on, y'all. Tell him.
This guy who was the referee, I remember he sucked because he was like Kurt, who was the promoter of the show. It was like his friend, and he really didn't know anything about refereeing.
Because when he takes off all that makeup, he's pure green.
He did okay though. There's nothing that stood out too bad. He just reversed. Is it just a reverse decision?
Something like that. And then the Andersons get all pissed off, and then I had to whack him with the chair. And the ref's really not that great.
Man,
I can't
damn.
say anything bad about him.
But this isn't gonna be good. Actually, it's gonna be good for me.
Yeah, I'm about to rib myself here.
This is where I go, hey Jeff, go flip out, man. And when we get to that point in the match, just flip out. Flip out.
Yeah.
I'm glad he could at least have his knees pointed up. There's nothing like driving your rib cage coming down 600 pounds of body pressure and driving your ribs into someone's knees.
See, but the brutal old man did not understand. So I don't hold it against him. I was just thankful how sweet it was, man. That crowd was rocking.
The brittle old man. So I really don't know here. I mean, did we lose this match? Did we win this match?
We won it.
We won?
You
Okay.
didn't see him pin him.
Okay. So he reversed the
I pinned
decision,
him.
and technically the match started back, and he just allowed your chair shot to the brittle old man.
Yes, Mantia, Hardy Boys victory.
Okay, cool. Good. I guess we can wrap this one up then. It looks like we took it home. Look at that heat. Big Hardy Boys victory here.